Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today. It's a real pleasure to be part of this workshop alongside Fabiano, representing our company called AstraKode. So our goal today is to make blockchain not just understandable, but also practical, especially for the businesses operating right here in Bermuda. So in the next 15 minutes, I will give you a very quick overview of what blockchain is and how it applies to financial services and why it is relevant to your work, whether you're in banking or in insurance, real estate, or professional services. Then Fabiana will walk you through a real-world use case with a Swiss bank we are currently in talks with. So I would say let's get started. Before I explain you what blockchain is, and before we explain the bank use case, I would like to give you a very quick introduction on who we are and what we do at AstraKode. So AstraKode is an Italian startup founded in 2021. And so our team has been working with blockchain since 2018. We specialize in making blockchain technology accessible to businesses, even those without technical backgrounds, through user-friendly tools and enterprise consulting. How we do it? We do it mainly in three ways. First of all, we have built a platform called AstraKode Blockchain. You can call it AKB. It's a no-code environment that lets teams design private blockchain networks and smart contracts fast, secure, and visually. You don't need to write code or hire blockchain engineers. It's all configured through intuitive interfaces, and it helps reduce development time, technical risks, and costs. Second, we have created a service that we call notarization layer. This is a solution designed for businesses that need to provide a proof that a document or an event or a piece of data existed at a specific time. So this is useful in areas like compliance, auditing, or legal disputes. For example, if a bank needs to notarize a payment order, or an insurer can register claim data on chain, ensuring it has been not altered in any way. This tool gives you the possibility to register sensitive information without having any kind of exposure, and it serves as a proof of existence and integrity of this data. Thirdly, we have recently launched a new tool called AI Code Sherpa. It's an AI-powered assistant that helps you design and deploy smart contracts. And you can imagine it like a Solidity smart contract developer, copilot, or an assistant. And lastly, we support teams through custom consulting and development. So whether you're exploring blockchain for the first time, or if you're ready to implement a full solution, we support businesses at every stage, from early prototypes to fully operational systems. We can deploy everything either on your existing infrastructure or in the cloud, depending on what suits your business best. My name is Diana. I'm head of growth at AstraKode, and I will be guiding you through the first part of this presentation, starting with the fundamentals of blockchain and why it matters for fintech. Then I will hand it over to Fabiano Izzo, our CEO and one of the three co-founders. Fabiano is a senior IT expert with over 17 years of expertise in enterprise software development and blockchain systems. And he will walk you through a live project we are developing with a Swiss bank. He will show you how this technology is being applied in the real world. So let's begin with the basics. What is blockchain? At its core, a blockchain is a digital distributed ledger a system for recording transactions or information that is shared across the network. But what makes it unique is that once something is recorded on a blockchain, it can't be secretly changed or deleted. Everyone in the network sees the same version of the truth, and you can think of it as a tamper-proof notebook. Like it's visible to all, owned by no one, and it is protected by cryptography. It's this shared trust and immutability that makes blockchain so valuable when dealing with money, contracts, or sensitive data. Now, it's very important to understand the difference between different types of blockchains and choosing the right one depending on your use case and your business needs. There are two main types of blockchain. A public blockchain is open to everyone. You may think of Bitcoin or Ethereum. Anyone can join, can read data, and write to this network. And these are great for applications where transparency and decentralization are the priority. For example, like in crypto use cases and public fundraising. A private blockchain, on the other hand, is restricted to invited participants. So, for example, a group of banks or insurance companies. These are suited for enterprises where confidentiality, access control, and compliance are key. For example, in our work with businesses and institutions, including also the use case we are going to tell you later, we typically work with private and consortium blockchains, which balance security, performance, and regulatory control. So now let's talk about a very important ingredient that brings blockchain to life, the smart contract. Maybe somebody already knows that smart contract is an automated agreement written in code and runs on the blockchain. That means that once a specific condition is met, it executes automatically. So you don't need no lawyers, no middlemen, there are no delays when you use smart contracts. Everything is automatic. For example, you can think of it like of a vending machine. You insert money and the machine gives you the snack. There is no need of somebody who needs to oversee the process. And this is how the smart contract usually works. Why they matter? There are three main reasons. First of all, because they automate business processes, reducing human error and speeding up the time of processing. They increase security by using cryptography and distributed consensus, making it very hard to tamper with. And they also boost transparency because once something is executed, it is recorded on blockchain and it is visible to all the participants of the network. So it's perfect for audits and multi-party agreements. And for example, in Fintech, smart contracts can automate everything from loan disbursement to insurance claims, even digital identity verification. Now, let's see what makes blockchain unique and why it is different from traditional databases. First of all, it's decentralization. Blockchain is decentralized, and there is no single company or authority that is in control of the data. It is immutable. It means that once the transaction is recorded, it can't be changed without anyone knowing that. It's also transparent, as we said, so participants can verify the data at any time, and it's programmable. You can automate rules through smart contracts, which I just talked about. So these are the main four characteristics of blockchain. All of these qualities come together to create something that we have never seen before in business. A shared digital infrastructure where trust is built into the system. Now, let's see what are the main use cases and example of application of this technology throughout different industries. For example, in this slide, you can see different examples of use cases across different industries. And starting from, for example, healthcare, blockchain helps ensure the traceability of pharmaceuticals and protects the integrity of patient data, especially when it comes to multi-stakeholder environments. Then, for example, in legal sector, smart contracts are being adopted to automate agreements and reduce the time spent on administrative or dispute resolution processes. In real estate, blockchain simplifies transactions, supports digital ownership certificates, and makes buying and selling process more transparent. In supply chain, it enables real-time tracking of goods from its origin to its destination. Also here, increasing transparency and reducing counterfeiting, such improving food and drug safety. For example, in fashion and luxury, it helps verify product authenticity and supports traceability of its materials, which is something that is very important for sustainability and ethical sourcing, as we know. In energy sector, it is used to track renewable energy production and facilitate peer-to-peer energy trading on local grids. And in other industries, we also saw blockchain being used for example, ESG reporting, IoT data integrity, and in circular economy initiatives where traceability and accountability are key. So the bottom line of all this is that blockchain is not a niche tool. Whether you need trust, traceability, automation, or secure data sharing, blockchain is helping solve real problems. So why is blockchain making waves into financial services? It is directly addressing some of the industry's biggest problems. Some of them are listed in the slides. For example, cross-border payments are still slow and costly, as we know. Compliance and identity verification are time-consuming, and there are constant risks of fraud and data breaches. And lastly, the financial systems are very often fragmented and expensive to maintain. So blockchain, what it does, it helps reducing delays, improves accuracy, and automates compliance. So instead of having multiple systems trying to manage data, all parties share one source of truth and that is secure and instant. Now let's see how Fintech is using blockchain already. For example, as I mentioned, in payments, blockchain can settle transactions in seconds instead of days. So it's particularly important when it comes to cross-border payments. In insurance, smart contracts can automatically trigger payouts once conditions are met, like a flight delay or a verified accident. For onboarding, a blockchain-based identity can allow customers to reuse their verified KYC data across institutions. And with asset tokenization, real-world assets like real estate or company shares can be securely represented and traded on-chain with better liquidity and transparency. These are not just concepts, they are real tools that are being implemented already around the world right now. So now let's see why is it especially relevant for Bermuda. We know that Bermuda is already recognized as one of the most forward-looking regulatory environments for digital assets. For example, with a framework like Digital Asset Business Act and with the guidance from the Bermuda Net Monetary Authority, businesses here have clarity and support when adopting blockchain technologies. And when you add to that also Bermuda's strengths in finance, insurance, and compliance, you have a perfect ecosystem for responsible and impactful innovation. And what is it in for you? First of all, you have lower costs for automating time-intensive processes, of course. Increased transparency that builds trust with clients and partners. Compliance automation, which is especially important in finance and insurance. And perhaps most importantly, the chance to stay competitive and attract global clients by offering more efficient and trustworthy services. Whether you are running a local financial firm or working with international partners, blockchain can become a powerful tool in your strategy. So before I hand it over to Fabiano, I would like to clear up a few common misconceptions of what blockchain is not. Very often, people associate blockchain with cryptocurrencies, but it is not just for cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin is just one of the applications, and the technology goes far beyond that. Then it's not anti-regulation. In fact, blockchain helps enforce rules automatically and keeps a secure audit trail. Then not all blockchains are public. Many businesses use private permission networks where participants are vetted and access is controlled. In fact, as I said, we mainly work with private blockchains. And last but not the least, in using blockchain doesn't mean that you need to replace your entire IT system, because blockchain can be integrated gradually, starting with one specific pain point in your company, in your business. So if you have been hesitant because it sounded maybe too risky or abstract, that's completely normal. But as you have seen, blockchain can start small. It can solve real problems and integrate with your existing systems in a way that adds value to your business, to your company from day one. So now that we have explored the big picture, let's see how blockchain is moving from theory to practice. I will give the word to Fabiano, and he will present a real-world use case we are working on with Swiss Bank.